Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take your sources, unpack them, and find those key insights. And today, we're really plunging into something fascinating. It's a narrative that has it all: suspense, deep emotion, some really surprising turns.
Yeah, the sources paint this incredible picture of different lives crashing together, all dealing with, well, huge challenges.
Right. And what seems really compelling here is just the complexity of why people do what they do.
Absolutely. The lengths they'll go to, especially for loved ones, and how secrets, eventually find a way out.
It's a story where, nothing's quite what it looks like at first glance.
Exactly.
So our mission today is to really distill this intricate story, pull out the surprising facts, the emotional core underneath it all.
And think about what it means for us maybe in our own lives.
Let's dive in.
Okay.
So we start almost immediately with things getting intense. Two mothers, very different circumstances, both pushed to the absolute edge.
Yeah, the narrative throws us right in. First, there's Zoe. She's this former Hollywood actress,
Right.
and she's dealing with just staggering loss. Her husband, Max, has died, and her daughter, Marty, is in prison wrongly, Zoe believes.
And she doesn't just grieve, does she? She plans.
Oh, meticulously. The source describes her faking her own suicide, handwritten note, the whole setup.
But it's not really about ending things.
No, it's the opposite. It's a strategy, a way to disappear so she can fight for Marty. It's radical.
And kind of brilliant in a desperate way. She actually uses this old fantasy, right, from a trip with Max.
Yeah, about hiding out in cabins in West Virginia. And she makes it real, learns to hunt, fish, live off the grid,
So she goes from, like, Malibu lifestyle.
to literally eating squirrel in this rundown shack she calls her shanty. The transformation is just stark.
It says so much about maternal drive, doesn't it, what someone is capable of when pushed.
Completely reshapes her existence. Then, almost simultaneously, we meet Janine.
Another mother, another crisis. Totally different world.
Right. Her daughter, Sophie, she's only 7, and she has this incredibly rare, dangerous kidney disease.
Daily dialysis, the works. And there's this experimental treatment, Herbalina.
Ah, yes. And that is a huge point of conflict. Her ex-husband, Joe, her parents, they hate the idea.
They think it's snake oil.
Exactly. So there's immense pressure on Janine, and she carries this guilt too, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's a former Army pilot, served in the Gulf, and she has this nagging fear that maybe her service somehow caused Sophie's illness.
Which must just add another layer of torment.
And despite all the family tension, she lets Sophie go on this Girl Scout camping trip,
A decision that, well, changes everything, because Sophie goes missing.
along with another girl, Holly, and the leader, Allison.
And suddenly, you have this collision of crises, Janine's desperate hope, Joe's immediate anger and blame.
Her parents' disappointment kind of simmering underneath.
It really throws a spotlight on how families fracture under pressure, doesn't it? Especially when you disagree so fundamentally on something life or death.
Yeah, how do you navigate that? Intense. So the search begins.
And the reveals start coming pretty quickly. Janine, drawing on that pilot background, she actually leases a helicopter.
She feels she has to be up there, searching herself. That determination is incredible.
But the reality on the ground is grim. They find Allison's car overturned, burned,
Oh, God.
and then confirmation that the other girl, Holly Craft, didn't make it.
Devastating. Especially for Janine, you imagine.
Absolutely. But even with that awful news, her gut feeling, her intuition, tells her Sophie's still alive.
So she keeps going, alone, on the ground.
And that leads her to find, well, a crucial clue: Sophie's soiled underpants. It confirms Sophie was there recently, and it just fuels her hope again.
Okay, and this is where it gets really wild. Janine finds Sophie, but Sophie's not alone.
No, she's with Zoe, the Hollywood star hiding out in the shanty.
What? The narrative just pivots right there.
Yeah.
We see Zoe found Sophie, maybe wandering lost, and took her in, but then...
Oh, there's some but then.
There is.
Uh-huh.
Zoe's own daughter, Marty, the one she faked her death for, she shows up unexpectedly at the cabin. No way. The daughter she's trying to save just walks into this already impossible situation.
Exactly. And Marty isn't okay. She starts confessing things, shocking things about her escape, past actions. It revealed she's deeply, deeply troubled.
So Zoe's trapped. She has this critically ill little girl, Sophie, needing urgent help.
And her own daughter, Marty, who is clearly dangerous and unstable, right there with her. Protect Marty or save Sophie.
An absolutely gut-wrenching ethical dilemma.
And Zoe makes the call. She turns herself in to get medical help for Sophie, yes, but also hoping somehow it might lead to help from Marty.
That decision must have been agonizing.
It unleashes everything. A flood of confessions, truths about Marty coming out.
But wait, that's not the only secret identity floating around, is it? There's the gardener.
Ah, Lucas Trowell, yes. He seemed like this nice, quiet guy working at Air Creek, where Janine lives. Maybe a potential friend or more.
But Joe, the ex-husband, he's suspicious.
Right.
Sees something, maybe.
Yeah, he gets suspicious about Lucas's background, his secrecy. He confronts him.
And boom, another truth bomb.
A big one. Lucas isn't a gardener. He's a botany professor.
Okay, why the disguise?
He reveals he has the same rare kidney disease as Sophie.
Oh.
And he lost his own daughter, Jordan, to it when she was 10.
Oh my goodness. That's heartbreaking.
And it explains everything. He developed the Herbalina treatment.
Lucas did, not the doctor.
He knew no one would take a botanist seriously for a medical treatment, so he found Dr. Schaefer to be the public face to run the study.
And the gardener job?
He faked his references to get that specific job at Air Creek, just to be near Sophie, to get her into his treatment study.
That level of planning, of deception, all driven by his own loss.
It's profound sacrifice hidden behind lies. But wait, there's one more layer.
Seriously.
Lucas reveals that Joe, Janine's ex-husband, is his half-brother.
Get out. Same father.
Same father. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Mind blown. Okay, so these reveals just change everything. How do people react?
It really forces a reckoning, especially for Joe. All that anger and suspicion he had.
Towards Janine, towards Lucas.
Yeah, it starts to melt away. He has to confront his own biases, how he maybe isolated Janine when she needed support for Sophie.
Does he start to believe in Herbalina?
He actually goes to see the other kids in the study, sees the positive results firsthand after a press conference. That's his big aha moment.
He finally sees Lucas isn't some fraudster, but someone deeply committed, driven by immense personal pain.
And he sees his own mistakes in judging him and Janine. It's a huge turnaround for Joe.
So does this mean he and Janine?
He tries. He tells her he wants the family back. But Janine, well, she's moved on. She acknowledges her love for Lucas now.
Ah, so no romantic reconciliation there.
No, but they find a new footing. Respect. A partnership in raising Sophie. Even Janine's parents start to accept Lucas, partly because Joe advocates for him.
That's actually really mature, all things considered.
It shows real growth, forgiveness. And there's another quiet emotional beat too, Joe's friend, Paula.
Right, she was always kind of there in the background.
She confesses she's been in love with Joe for years, unrequited.
Oh, wow. One of those quiet sacrifices.
Exactly. It just highlights those people who support us, often silently, without getting their own needs met.
So, flash forward. The narrative gives us a glimpse, right? A year later.
Yeah. And it's hopeful. Sophie is doing great.
The Herbalina worked.
It really did. No more dialysis or catheters out. She's thriving. A living testament to Lucas's work, his dedication.
That's wonderful. And the families.
Things have settled into a new normal. Janine and Sophie have moved in with Lucas. They're a family unit.
And Joe. And Paula.
In a really lovely full circle kind of moment, they've had a baby boy. And they name him Luke, after Lucas.
Wow. That signifies real acceptance, doesn't it? A bond forged through all that struggle.
It really does. Beautiful touch.
And there was that little detail about Sophie, too. The courage tree flower.
Oh, yeah. Lucas had given her this flower early on, told her it was from a courage tree, something to give her bravery.
Like a talisman.
Right. But a year later, Sophie, now healthy and insightful, she tells Lucas. She says there's no such thing as magic.
She realizes the courage wasn't in the flower. It was inside you all the time.
That gives me chills. Such a profound realization for a little kid.
Isn't it? It perfectly sums up the journey, finding that inner strength instead of looking for external fixes or symbols.
So looking back at this whole deep dive, it really shows how one event, like a child disappearing,
can just unravel everything. Personal histories, secrets, assumptions.
but also forge these completely unexpected connections. Real growth can come from crisis.
We saw people pushed to their absolute limits, forced to face their pasts, make impossible choices.
And it reminds you that strength, resilience, it pops up in surprising places.
And that even when things seem hopeless, there's this capacity for hope, for creating, well, maybe not magic, but something close to it, whether it's science like Herbalina or just shifts in understanding.
So what does this all mean for you listening? It really makes you think, doesn't it? About how our own histories, our families, our secrets, how they shape us.
And the choices we make under pressure. Yeah. And it makes you wonder, what courage have you already got inside you? Maybe courage you haven't even recognized yet that's seen you through tough times.
And maybe, stepping back, it encourages us not to just take things at face value, to look past the surface, the labels.
To try and understand the why behind people's actions, maybe, before we judge.
Seeking the full story, recognizing the human struggle underneath it all.
A really thought-provoking narrative. Thank you for joining us on the Deep Dive.
Hope it gave you some things to chew on.
We hope this exploration has offered some fresh perspectives and left you with plenty to ponder.